All right, we are live once again here at the incredible THriV Podcast Dome. And we got some great guests here today to talk about a new product that we're actually showcasing on our THriV website that you will want to pick up and have inside your family. I'm going to go right across the table to Dr. Laura Capina. And she's right over here, unbelievable lady with an amazing background. But what I'd like to ask Dr. Laura is tell our audience a little bit about your background, a little bit about, so they can become more familiar about who you are. And then THriV Gaal will come over to you, who's done amazing things in the cell and gene therapy space and also done things to actually bring products to market. So we'll get with THriV in a little bit. But right now, Dr. Laura, over to you.
Hi. So my name is Laura. I grew up in Latvia. I'm from Latvia, and I've been in the United States about 20 years. And I have a PhD in Chinese medicine. I am an acupuncture. I've done acupuncture, cupping, electroacupuncture, herbology, nutritional consultations. I've treated patients for more than 20 years. I still treat patients. So I always, my passion was natural health and healing. I studied every herb, every nutrient on the planet. I was like, wow, like I love this world of superfoods and herbs, and I wanted to know every single herb and which ones are the most powerful ones and in the nature, and how we can make the body so strong and so healthy that just basically bulletproof.
Love it. So listen, now we got the introduction done. I know we're all talking to that little white dot on the camera. Let me ask you a little bit about how you got into this space, because, people read about your bio and hear about you on the podcast, but they're like, okay, what got you interested in these kinds of products? And what specifically will they do for the body?
Yeah. So when I grew up in Latvia, we had a lot of natural herbs and plants and things, and just a more natural way of living. So, for example, like if somebody got sick or you have a sore throat or you have upset belly or you can't sleep, you never reached first for a drug. We always, so like we had chamomile growing in a garden. We had peppermint growing. We have so many medicinal things growing in Latvia everywhere. All the meadows and trees are full of medicinal things like chaga mushrooms on the birch trees. And so when I came to the United States, I saw a completely different world. People were like so much obesity. So many people have allergies and asthma and autism. And I couldn't understand what is happening. How I thought people, I thought they were maybe over exaggerating or pretending. How can you be allergic to something healthy? How can you be allergic to a peanut? I couldn't understand. Like I never saw any allergies at school. So when I was growing up, so that kind of really piqued my interest of what is happening with healthcare in this country. Why are people so sick? And how I can make it better.
And okay, so you bring up some good points there, and that's part of our mission here at THriV Inc. Right? The reason why I put this company together is so we could take amazing products, organic in nature, like certified and what have you, so that the body can really use them. And that's our mission. We're actually bringing lots of these great products to market through our website. So don't be afraid to tell some of your friends about, hey, listen, I found out about this site and these products, and let me go tell you what they're doing. So, Dr. Laura, before I go over to Mr. Gaal over there and talk about how we bring these products to market, what kind of formulation process do you go through when you're looking to bring your specific product? And you wouldn't mind telling everybody the name of the product and also how you use it.
Yes. So I believe in everything natural that comes from this earth, the way God made it. I believe that has energy and life force.
Awesome.
Chemical things don't have that kind of life force. You can only get energy from something that has energy. You can't get energy from something that's dead. So that's always my first thing, is natural, as pure as possible, as organic as possible. And I developed a product, this Synerchii, and that's exactly what's in mind, of developing something that's organic, that comes from the nature. It's so pure, it's so powerful, it's so delicious, so easy to take. There's absolutely no any excipients or binders or fillers. 100% just pure, powerful stuff in here.
So when you say pure, powerful stuff, let's go into the ingredients on what makes them work. And I'm going to bring Jeff in on the conversation too, because Jeff, I know, has had a background in doing amazing things by bringing products to market. Jeff, what got you so excited about the Synerchii, product, and to, let's say, bring this to the marketplace?
Well, one of the important things is because there are so many ingredients out there, let's say, and nutrients. And if you walk in a health food store, you're just shocked because you don't understand. People don't understand. There's so many variations and so many things. And when I had talked to Dr. Lauda and we start talking about her background in education, we talked about the fact of some of the mentors she had and some of the people I knew. And there could be thousands of things that are good for us, but there's only a top 5 to 10. And you really need to focus on the top 5 to 10 foundational ingredients that need. For example, things your body cannot make. We must consume them. So it's considered foundational. And the great part about the Synerchii product is that the first ingredient is what 97% of our brain is made up of. The majority of our eyes is made up of our heart, our liver, our kidneys. Something you just can't make on your own. It had to be consumed. And the fact that she was coming from a vegan a kind of perspective of, hey, I don't want to put, based on her belief system. And she was looking for things that were live, that had that, what I call an Atma fractal in it. Meaning it's from creator. It's not built in a lab. It's not synthetic. It's not, by giving our body what it needs, we have this innate intelligence to heal and repair ourselves just by creating that right environment. And that's what I saw when I saw this product, which made me very excited. And we actually met in the sense that maybe I could help open some opportunity in medical practices or through medical professionals that were looking to help their patients.
So between the two of you brainiacs here, okay, what would you say from on the ingredient list that you say, like when you put in, and Dr. when you're formulating and making this come together, and Jeff, with your background, what would you look at let's say you said the top 4 or 5, what would be those ingredients that you can't get anywhere else, but you can get them from the THriV website? Dr. Lauda?
Dr. Lauda?
Yeah, so talking about my product?
Yeah.
So basically, I learned one thing from one of my mentors, and he said there is thousands and thousands of herbs and superfoods and good things out there in the nature. But I'm not interested of taking something that's like 797 on the list or whatever. I'm interested of taking top 10, top 20, right? So then basically, when you discover that there is no other nutritional measure that produce such powerful results as omega-3 fatty acids, it literally prevents majority of chronic diseases and strengthens your body. So omega-3 fatty acids the ones that we need and want is EPA and DHA. There is ALA that comes from the plant sources, but it has to convert into EPA and DHA.
To be used.
Yes, and DHA is the longest carbon chain of fatty acids. And this is what is in this product. And you can only find it from either fish or from algae. You can't get it from plant sources. It only comes from the ocean. And fish gets it from algae. So that's why our product comes from the purest Canadian algae. And it's because a lot of algae products on the market come from China. And also a lot of these products come in soft gels, and soft gels usually are made of gelatin and gums, guar gum, carrageenan, which is very hard on your stomach digestive tract and very hard to break down. And who needs this product the most? Obviously, every single human, because our brain is made of it. All our fatty organs are made of it. But who need it the most is children, because they are growing and their brains are developing, and older people because their brains are declining and they can't swallow these soft gels. They can't break them down. They don't have enough strong stomach acid to be able to break them down. And that's why I developed something that's not in soft gels, that's liquid, tastes like dessert, delicious, and it's also micellized. So it's actually 97% absorption rate. Because we don't absorb fats, our body's mostly water. So when you micellize it, or a lot of people are more familiar with the term liposomal, it basically makes this product almost like water soluble.
All right. So I know for people listening, they're probably going like, what's the difference between like a fish algae, a fish omegas and algae? Maybe you could just break that down, because I know that was one of the main points that I was made when I met with your the manufacturer. Right? He said, "Here's what makes it special." So what would make that so good?
Yeah. So there is several problems with fish. One big problem is that it's becoming extinct. Basically, they say that by 2030, there will be no more fish in the oceans. So it's really becoming extinct. It's very sad. The second very big problem is they are all very contaminated. Fish, whether it's wild or farmed, they are all super contaminated. Farmed is really one of the worst foods you can eat, because they feed them feed that's not even what fish actually eat. They feed them chicken feathers and all kind of crazy things. So, but the wild is also not much better, because all the oceans are contaminated. So the algae is the most sustainable, the purest, and plus the algae is beginning of all the food source on the planet. So everything starts with little algae. All the life on this planet starts with little algae. Tiny little krill eat algae, bigger fish eat the krill, bigger fish eat that. So it goes up the food chain, and more up the food chain, more contaminated you get. That's why the bigger fish like tuna, like swordfish, is so full of heavy metals and nuclear waste and plastics and microplastics. So the same with us humans, we are kind of at the end of the food chain. So we are very toxic. So we want to go to the source, to the beginning of all the life, because that is the purest. And that's when all the most powerful information, the way God put it in, is in there.
I see. So I know there's a bunch of other great ingredients that are in there. I know we just hitting on some of the stuff. And then there were some other things I heard for the very, very first time, and Jeffrey brought this to my attention, was like this term, Delta-tocotrienols, right?
Yeah.
I'm thinking like, oh my goodness, we're in THriV Organic Food Company. I'm like going, what the heck is that? So would you mind elaborating on that?
Yeah. So basically, a lot of people not familiar much about vitamin E, but vitamin E is the only antioxidant family that can protect fats from oxidation. So basically, there's a lot of beautiful antioxidants out there: astaxanthin, resveratrol, CoQ10, lutein, so many. But only one family of antioxidants are capable of protecting the fats from oxidation. It's the vitamin E. It's a tocotrienol family, which is vitamin E family. Which means it's capable of going inside our cell membranes and powerfully protecting them. And why do we need antioxidants more than ever right now is because our body produces free radicals from stress, from radiation, from pollution, from just everything that's coming on us. And so the vitamin E family is protecting, is neutralizing those free radicals very powerfully and protecting our cells. And in vitamin E family, there is 8 different forms, and it's in a history of the world and science. There's been one form that's been studied the most. Is called alpha tocopherol, and it wasn't as powerful as the latest discovery, the scientists discovered another form, which is called Delta-tocotrienols, which is 50 times more powerful than alpha-tocopherol. It was discovered about 24 years ago, in like 2020. It was discovered by accident, and it only comes in one plant in the world called annatto. Annatto plant is this red, it's like a red flower with these seeds inside, and that's where it comes from. So it's a very, very incredible plant. And delta-tocotrienols, together with omega-3s, is the most powerful cell membrane strengthener known in science up to date.
Wow. Jeff, you want to add to that?
Yeah. If you think about first the benefit of vitamin E on your skin, you burn, you cut, you put it on your skin, vitamin E heals that. It's a natural healing with the body, works synergistically. Imagine when you consume it, it's going to heal everything from the inside out. So it's going to heal your entire arterial and capillary system because it's small enough to get there, which means you get these tremendous healing benefits, besides the fact that it protects the fats. And one main thing, and probably one of the most exciting, is we've been jumping into cell and gene therapy and all the great enhancements, is that the cells are critical and communication between the cells is critical. First, DHA is the fat that surrounds that cell, and vitamin E is what protects that. So imagine having your highest potential in cellular communication, being able to have the best communication, which means the most effective cellular activity going on in the body. So that's really what we're talking about. There is other DHA products, 100%. There's Delta-tocotrienols you could buy separately. What I was most excited about is Synerchii is the first product combining the two. And then the fact that it's micellized for the highest absorption, it makes the product very unique. And then on top of it, it's in the form of a delicious dessert. So being micellized, you can mix it in your coffee or tea. You can mix it in water if someone wanted to. You could put it on fruit, on pancakes. People put on ice cream. You put on yogurt. You could take it straight. There's so many applications. And what's one of the biggest issues with people taking healthy things is they don't like the taste. One of the great things is your THriV bars and shakes are phenomenal tasting, which makes it easy to get good nutrition in people because it actually tastes great. What Dr. Loud has been able to do is by mixing sprouted almond butter, organic, which is organic vanilla, organic nutmeg, and a little bit of cloves. This combination is so unique and so powerful. Taking the product is not an issue. People tend to call in 7 to 8 days and say, I'm out of the bottle. There's 30 servings in it because they've taken it so much, which, by the way, is not going to hurt you. You can take as much as you want. But the benefits on top of the flavor make it just really a unique combination.
So, people maybe haven't seen this on any of the store shelves yet, and maybe it's got limited distribution. And we want to do the show is like we have to draw people's attention to, hey, listen, you can get it at the THriV website. And we do something very, very unique and special to make that work. So when you come to THriV, THriV.com, immediately there's going to be a 20% offer off of any of the products that are represented there, mostly the food products on the site. Make sure you get that code. Register, get that code, and you'll actually see Synerchii represented right on the front of our website. Just scroll down a little bit and you'll see it right there. And click on it. You can add it to cart and use that code, and you'll get 20% off on your purchase, on your first purchases. In fact, you can get 20% off of all the food products we have on that site. I know both of you worked in clinics and you've seen, cell and gene therapies become a really big thing in the space, saying, take in the right foods and you have a healthier body. I think the public or the people watching this particular show are looking for, why is organic better than some of the other kinds of products that are put out there. And Dr. Lara, you mentioned this at the top of the show. You said you're worried about people's obesity and this, that, and the other. And I also see, just the recent election with the RFK Robert Kennedy, I see he's leaning towards exactly what we're doing here at our company. So, what would be your closing remarks, maybe Jeff or Dr. Laura, on your pieces of why people should focus on these kinds of products, and how happy are you to see the nation moving this way?
Yeah, I'm so excited that finally there is a change happening, and people, that someone like Kennedy who's really speaking out there, because what's happening is people eat food that's not food. They eat dyes, like all these colors and all these processed, super processed things. And of course organic is better. Like, it's like you spray something with a chemical that's what you want to eat. That, like, no, like you wanna avoid the chemicals, all these hormone disruptors. It's messing up with all your glandular system. Like, you can't even possibly lose weight because how hard do you work, either, like, even if you just eat healthy and exercise, but if you're putting all these hormone disruptors in your body, you're not going to be able to lose weight. So we need a major change. We need to take out all these chemicals, all these dyes. People need to start eating real food. Just eat real food. That's what I tell my patients all the time. Patients ask me what should I eat, and everybody's at different level. I can't tell the same person, maybe somebody who's eating fast food, to start drinking spirulina smoothies, but just eat real food. And I'm just so excited, and let's just be healthier and happier, and it will just be such a more happier country and the world.
Yeah, I think, Adam, what it comes down to is probably even one step before. First, you want to eat live versus synthetic. So that's a whole big issue. And again, one of the great things about THriV product, everything is whole food source.
Correct.
Dr. Lauda did the same thing, whole food. You want to bring it, when it's synthetically made, there is no life in that. Okay. And that's not the way our bodies were designed to take anything in. And then you look at, because we live in such a toxic environment, the more, even organic is not 100% because everything's so toxic, but it reduces that load substantially because we're getting exposed every day from the foods we're eating, the air we're breathing, the water we're drinking. Everything has something. And our bodies were designed to process all that. But when the load is too high, so the more organic you can go, the better off. And I do want to add one more thing, because I know we're coming to the close here. One of the biggest and saddest situations in the world today is really mental health. Between mental health, PTSD, depression, very, very difficult. And there's all this great technology. We go to a lot of biohacking events, and there's all this cool stuff out there with red light therapies and lasers and consciousness and quantum entanglement. And we talk about super consciousness, meditation, energy treatments. What's happening is there's some great tools where people are trying to stimulate the brain. They're trying to get people out of that funk or over their neurological entrapments. And that's all great. But one thing they're all missing, that brain is so undernourished with the DHA and EPA that they're trying to stimulate something that can't be stimulated anymore. When you add Synerchii to the protocol while you're doing whatever treatments, whether it's for depression, PTSD, mental health, whatever it might be, by adding the Synerchii product, you refeed, you build that fat back up. You think about what Alzheimer's and dementia is. It's people got on this craze of fat's bad. We need to eliminate fats. Some fats are bad. Yeah. Some fats are critical. DHA happens to be that fat that's critical that you need. And so everything from stroke patients, we've seen phenomenal results. Alzheimer's, dementia. If you get it quick enough, you start stimulating, feeding that fat again, and any form of mental health, definitely a big plus to help change that. So anyone who may unfortunately be suffering from that area or those levels of diagnosis, this product is definitely going to be a great foundational product that you can take.
Awesome. I know I just pulled up the benefits on the website, and maybe Dr. Laurie, I'd like you to just read those off because I know this is your baby of what your Synerchii product actually benefits and how it helps.
Yeah, so supports heart and cardiovascular health. Actually, both ingredients, the omega-3s, DHA, support the heart and cardiovascular, and Delta-tocotrienols do that powerfully. Delta-tocotrienols is probably the most powerful nutrient for heart. Lowers cholesterol. There is a lot of studies now showing how powerfully Delta-tocotrienols lower cholesterol, taking 200 milligrams a day, which would be 2 servings. Supports brain function and mood regulation, of course. Because we have to feed our brain. That's the big problem is like we are not getting enough omega-3s. We would literally have to eat fish twice a day, every single day to get that amount in our brains. And another problem is not eating real food and all these chemicals, artificial colors and things is killing our cells, like aspartame, like diet and sugar-free is exciting our cells to the point they're starting to die. They create cell death. And so when you feed the brain, it's very important. And of course, omega-3s is number one thing to feed the brain because that's what the brain is made of. Supports healthy eyes, skin, and nerves. So again, because it's so foundational, it's basically feeds our nervous system. It feeds our skin. Like everything will improve. We don't need to take something like people always want to take isolated things. This is for my nails, and this is for my skin, and this is for my this, and this. They take 200 things, and they're making their liver congested. But when we take a couple foundational things, all that will improve and get better. And of course, eyes, 97% of all fatty acids in our eyes is DHA. Healthy metabolic functions. So this is the biggest problem in the United States right now is metabolic disease. It's because of all these chemicals. It's because of we are so toxic and so undernourished. This is the biggest problem. Diabetes. How many people have pre-diabetes? Like I think 40% of Americans have pre-diabetes, which is insane. So, powerful antioxidant and anti-inflammatory. So it has very powerful anti-inflammatory function. And antioxidant, as I mentioned before, is the only antioxidant can get into our cell membrane and protect it. And of course, it's anti-aging because when you repair all your skin from inside out and all your blood vessels from inside out and your skin will start glowing, you're going to look much younger. So it's all plant-based.
And also we want to remind everyone, obviously, we do not claim to treat, cure, heal, prevent, or diagnose any disease. Right. I mean, these statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. The great news is you can Google Delta-tocotrienols and heart, Delta-tocotrienols, cholesterol, Delta-tocotrienols, different issues. Awesome. And there's thousands of studies. So this is not something that's fresh and new. It's just no one's ever put it together in this combination, in this delivery system, like ever done before.
I love it. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, thanks one for, watching our show again. And of course, we'll have little bits going out through social media. Don't forget to share, like, and follow. That's always important. And both Dr. Laura and Jeff, thank you so much for being here. And listen, the last part I love about this product is made in the United States of America.
Definitely.
So with that, thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
you.